Okay, Jai Hind, myself Nehagar. I am assistant professor in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, and the today's topic is the full wave rectifier. This topic has been taken from the subject fundamentals of electronics engineering. So, first of all, what does this rectifier do? So, half wave rectifier. Rectifier basically converts the AC signal into pulsating DC. Like this is our AC signal, and it will be converted into in this form. This is the pulsating DC. It cannot provide the pure DC. If we want the pure DC, then we have to give this output to the filter. Then only we will get the output like in this way, pure DC. So, this is the circuit for the half wave rectifier. Half wave rectifier will convert only one cycle of this input signal into pulsating DC, and full wave rectifier will convert both cycles of the input signal into the pulsating DC. So, we can see here this Vi is the AC input signal. So, in positive half cycle of this signal, like this cycle, this Vm is there, this is plus minus. So, diode will be in this case, this is the idle diode. So, idle diode P plate is connected with the positive supply. So, this diode will be short. So, the equivalent circuit in this case will be like in this way. This is Vm plus minus, and this is R V0 plus minus. So, here we can see that V0 would be equal to Vm, peak value of Vi signal. So, here output will be, if we see, this is our input. So, output will be in this way. This is the output and this is the input, and in next negative half cycle we can see this will be minus and this will be plus. So, this diode will be reverse bias. So, it will treat as an open circuit. In that case, V0 would be equal to 0. Like here we can see positive half cycle. This is the Vi, positive half cycle. So, we can see this V0 is equal to Vi. So, here output is V0 is equal to Vi, and in the negative half cycle diode is open and output is equal to 0. So, we can see here it converts only the positive half cycle, and negative half cycle the output is 0. So, only one cycle is converted into pulsating DC. This is the pulsating DC output. Now, how we can measure the VDC value? So, VDC value is the Vm upon pi, that is equal to 0.318 Vm. So, its derivation we will see further. So, this is how we can calculate the VDC value in half rectifier, in case of half rectifier. So, in case of half rectifier we have seen this was our input signal and this was our output signal, like we are getting only for positive cycles. This is Vi, this is V0. Okay. So, we can see this is the pi 0 to pi, this is 2 pi, like in this way. So, we can see our output waveform completed at 2 pi. At 2 pi again repetition is start. So, one cycle is completing at 0 to 2 pi. So, we have to find the average output. Average means we have to sum up all the output voltage from 0 angles to 2 pi angles. So, we have to sum all the output voltage, and after that we have to divide it by the 2 pi time interval. So, this is called the average. So, for calculating the average, what we will do? VDC is equal to Vm sin omega t, and we will sum up to 0 to 2 pi, because after 2 pi repetition is starting. So, after that divided by 2 pi. Okay, now we can see from 0 to pi this Vm sin omega t is there, but from pi to 2 pi it is 0. So, this expression will reduce into in this form, means 0 to pi this is Vm sin omega t, and plus pi to 2 pi it is 0. That is why here this is not written here, but actually this exists, but the value of this is 0. So, after solving this integration, we will have a value of this 0.318 pi, means the VDC value in case of half wave rectifier is Vm upon pi, that is equal to 0.318 Vm. Now, how can we calculate the Vrms value in case of the half wave rectifier? So VRMS means the square, after that, after taking the square, and after that square we have to take the mean, and after that we have to take the under root. Like square means we have output waveform in this way. In half wave rectifier, this is 0, pi, 2 pi. So if we want to take the square, so what will be there? Vm square sine square omega t. So this is the square. After that we have to take the mean. So we will take mean from 0 to 2 pi and divide by 2 pi d omega t. So first of all, what we have done? We have done the square. After that we have taken the mean, and after that we have to take the under root. So this is the VRMS value. So, and here also from 0 to pi the value exists Vm sin square omega t, and from pi to 2 pi it is 0. So for pi to 2 pi we are keeping 0, but 0 to pi is here. So after solving this we will have a value of Vm by 2. So this is the VRMS value in case of half wave rectifier. After that, ripple factor is the ratio of the AC component in the DC output, and it is given by the formula VAC upon VDC, and we know that VRMS square is equal to VDC square plus VAC square. So we can find the value of VAC here, VRMS square minus VDC square, and we can put this value here. So after, we can now put the value of VRMS as Vm by 2 and VDC as Vm by pi. So after solving this we will get a 1.21. This is the ripple factor in case of the half wave rectifier. Now the efficiency of the half wave rectifier, and after dividing this we can put the value of IRMS, like the value of VRMS is Vm by 2. Similarly we can also find the value of the IRMS, that is equal to Im by 2. So Im by 2 and Im by pi, we can put all these values and the efficiency will be 40.6% in case of half wave rectifier. After that PIV means peak inverse voltage. So peak inverse voltage in case of rectifier is the maximum voltage that a diode can withstand when it is in reverse bias. So for calculating the PIV value we have to keep that diode in the reverse bias. So if the diode is in this situation, like in this condition diode is there, so this diode will be in reverse bias only in the negative half cycle. So like in negative half cycle this will be minus and this will be plus. So here it is minus and here it is plus, and this is our PIV. So we can apply the KVL here and we can find the PIV value would be equal to Vm. So this is the PIV value in case of the half wave rectifier. After that, full wave rectifier. So in case of full wave rectifier we have to calculate the efficiency. So same formula will be there, output DC power upon input AC power. So output DC power will be calculated with the help of IRMS square RF plus RL, and input DC power will be calculated as, output DC power will be calculated as IDC square into RL. So here we will put the value of IDC we will calculate here, and it will be 2 Im upon pi, and IRMS will be Im upon root 2. So these values will be put here, and the value of RL will be very high in comparison to RF. So this is how we can calculate the efficiency in case of full wave rectifier. So these are the differences in between the half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. Like in half wave rectifier number of diodes is 1, and in full wave rectifier we will see, like we will study center type rectifier and bridge rectifier. So in that case it will be 2 in case of center type rectifier, and in case of bridge rectifier it will be 4. The efficiency of rectification for half wave rectifier is 40.6, and we have just derived this, and 81.2 for full wave rectifier. Ripple factor we have derived in half wave it was 1.21, and in full wave it will be 0.48. Likewise DC voltage for half wave and full wave, root mean square voltage for half wave and full wave. So this is the numerical that we have to solve. In this the input waveform is given, that is having a peak value of 20 volt, and this is the idle diode. So in this orientation only negative cycle will be passed. because this diode will be forward biased in negative cycle of the input signal. So its output, like if the input is this, so output will be this, and it will be equal to 20 volt. And for DC value we have to calculate the DC level. So VDC would be equal to, for half wave the value was Vm upon pi, so it will be equal to 20 upon pi. 20 upon pi will be the answer, it will be negative. So 20 upon pi will be the answer. And if we take this as a silicon diode, so output voltage will be 20 minus 0.7, 19.3. So in that case upon pi will be the DC output voltage. Now full wave rectifier, like full wave rectifier, will you convert the both cycle of the input signal into pulsating DC. So there are two types of full wave rectifier, bridge rectifier and center tap rectifier. So this is the bridge rectifier, in which we are using the 4 diodes. So this diode, this diode and this diode. So we can see in positive half cycle only this D2 and D3 will be forward biased, and in negative half cycle D1 and D4 will be forward biased. Like here we can see this, like in positive half cycle these diodes are forward biased, so current is flowing in this way, direction of current is this. And in negative half cycle these diodes are forward biased and direction of current will be in this way. So we can see in negative and positive half cycle the direction of current in resistance is same, means in both cycles the output current is flowing in the same direction. So its output will be in this way, like this was the input, so output will be like in this way. In the case of the full wave rectifier, so here we can see this is the 0, this is pi, this is 2 pi is there. So if we want to calculate the VDC in case of full wave rectifier, so we can see complete equation is Vm sin omega t, and waveform is repeated at the pi interval. So it will be integrating up to pi and divided by pi. So this is how we can calculate the VDC value in case of the full wave rectifier, because here wave is repeating itself at pi interval, and in half wave rectifier the waveform was like in this way, like in this way. So the waveform is repeating itself at an interval of 2 pi, and in here the RMS value can be calculated as like Vm sin omega t whole square, after that 0 to pi d omega t, and after that root. So this value will be Vm by root 2, and this value will be Vm upon 2 Vm upon pi. So this is how we can calculate VDC and VRMS in case of full wave rectifier. And this was the working of the bridge rectifier, means in positive half cycle only 2 diodes will be forward biased, and in negative half cycle other 2 diodes will be forward biased. We can also change the orientation of the diodes, opposite diode will be in same orientation, but now this is not necessary, means the orientation like this diode and this diode orientation must be same, this diode and this diode orientation must be same, but it is not necessary that it must be in this orientation, it may be in this orientation also, but this will be in this orientation also, and this will be like in this orientation, and this will be in this orientation. Then direction of current will be this way. Then if we draw the input waveform, it will be in this way. Like in previous orientation you were getting the positive ripples, but now if you change the orientation of the diodes, opposite orientation must be same, adjacent must be different. Then the direction of the current will be flowing through this resistance will be reversed. If you were getting the positive cycles in previous case, in the next case you will get the negative cycles, means negative DC voltage. Now this is the center tap rectifier. So in center tap rectifier we are using the 2 diodes here. So there is a center tapping point is here, we are giving the VI voltage here. So this center tapping point is in such a way so that the VI voltage is developing here and the VI voltage is developing here. Like in positive half cycle, we are giving Vm voltage, means this is become Vm plus minus, this will become Vm plus minus. So in positive half cycle we can see this diode will be forward bias, but this diode will be reverse bias. So this diode will be reverse bias, so this will be open circuit and this will be short. So equivalent circuit will be in this way. We can see this is short and this is open. Okay, so we can see the current will flow and the output will be across this diode, and this output would be equal to Vm, and the direction of current will be from plus to minus. So direction of current will be in this way across the resistance R, and in negative half cycle this D2 will be forward bias and D1 will be reverse bias. So direction of current will be in this way. So we can see in both cycle, positive and negative cycle, the direction of current in resistance is same. Means if this is our input current, so direction of current output in both cycle will be in this way, and this is 0 pi, so this is also 0 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. So similarly here we can see the same waveform is there, like in case of the bridge rectifier. Bridge rectifier we are also getting the same waveform. So these waveforms, so we can calculate the VDC value, VRMS value for this. The value of VDC and VRMS is same for both cases, bridge rectifier and for center tap rectifier. So this is how we can calculate the PIV value for the center tap rectifier. So we have to keep the diode in the reverse bias condition. After that, ripple factor in case of the full wave rectifier. So similarly, the way we have done in the half wave rectifier, we have to do in the ripple factor in the full wave rectifier also. We have to simply put the value of VRMS and VDC here. For VRMS value it will be equal to the Vm upon root 2, and for VDC it will be equal to 2 Vm upon pi. So we will get 0.48 for full wave rectifier. Now this is how we can connect a filter across the bridge rectifier output, like we will get the output here. So this is due to the charging and discharging of the capacitor, we are getting this waveform. Now this waveform is again given to the voltage regulator, and it provides the constant DC. So in this way we can design the DC power supply also, like in this way. This is plus, this is minus, this is 2 kilo ohm, 2 kilo ohm, 2 kilo ohm. So we can see the current will flow in this way. Okay, so current will pass through this way, and this is also. So we can see these two, A and B, they are in series, and C resistance is in parallel. So we can replace this circuit like in this way. This is our A, this is our B, and this is our C, and output is across the A resistance. So we have to, and here we have applied 10 volt. So this V0 would be, what will be the value of this V0? So we can calculate, we can find the value of current here. So I will be equal to 10 upon 2 plus 2, means 10 by 4. After that we can multiply, we have to find the V0. So for finding V0 we can multiply it by this current by 2. So we will get 5 volt. So we have obtained this output as 5 volt, means this output is 5 volt. Now we have to find that this DC level. So this VDC would be equal to, this is a full wave rectifier, so it will be equal to 2 Vm upon pi. So this would be equal to 2 multiplied by 5 upon pi, that will be equal to 3.18 volt. So in this way we can solve this numerical. In next lecture we will discussing about the clamper.